Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our focus group. And today we will talk about Disneyland. And now I will going to ask some questions and you can discuss freely. And I'm now going to ask about the service. Do you think that Disneyland provide a qualitative service? And would this service attract you to come to Disneyland again?
Yes. Because I think the biggest difference of Disneyland with other theme parks is that the quality of their staff, because they are just like playing the characters of those Disney cartoons, and they treat you as also one of them. So when you are going into the Disneyland, you are actually experiencing in a Disneyland world, but not a theme park. So the quality of staff is one of the key that of is excellent service, and also other like the attractions and the theme restaurant or other you can see are full of the are really heavily filled with their theme. So actually they have a strong message on the Disneyland, the sense of Disneyland. Yes.
Yes, I remember last time when I was on my birthday and I went to Disneyland, and all the staffs or all the people who dress up, they come to say happy birthday and they took photos with me one by one, and makes you very happy. And maybe that's the way they try to satisfy their customers emotionally, and that's helps them to provide the quality service.
Yes, and the staff, they are trained. They are very professional. As I know, they're told not to take off their dress up, because once they do it, and they will get punished, and which turns them a very professional staff, and they will treat you as one of them, and they are very passionate. And I think if when I go to Disneyland, I will feel like we are a family, and I would love Disneyland very much, and so I think their service are very good and professional. And actually, they have really a well organized staff training program before those staff are qualified, because they may have some underlying guidelines and rules that they have to obey, just like what Jenna said. They are told to not to take off their dress, and also they are told not to cross the land that they belong to, such as when they belong to Fantasyland, the character of them is actually belong to the Fantasyland. They could not cross to another land. So this is one of the duty, and also the thing they have to remind of. So I think all these system and also the underlying rules are actually the key that to train them into a good qualified staff.
Okay, and I want to ask you about what is your opinions about expanding the park with new themes, and how frequent you think the theme should change, and the reason for that. Yeah.
I think now the Disneyland Hong Kong is too small for visit. For my experience, I just take about 3 hours to travel in Hong Kong Disneyland. All the film is too close together and too small, so I think Hong Kong Disneyland should renew the film maybe just within several years, maybe 3 years, so to keep the film parks more attractive by the newly released films. So I think expanding the theme park would be a way to include more theme in a Disneyland park. Yeah.
I think it depends on how much activities or functions or events they're trying to organize. Such to compare with Ocean Park, every few months, Ocean Park trying to promote or offer different discounts or activities such as Halloween or summertime or Christmas, anything else. Yeah. But Disney, comparatively, they are a little bit boring, as even for Halloween, they seems like using the same haunted house for quite a few years. Or even for Christmas, they are trying to make some bubbles around, and that's the idea for around 10 years ago. They have been using this idea for 10 years, but for Ocean Park, they are trying to change or make some changes every year, so that for the customers may feel more satisfied to go to Ocean Park instead. So in this case, I think Disney should expand their park for once a year in order to attract their customers.
I do agree with you. I think it can be renewed in the yearly basis, and because I think we have to first look at the major customers of the Disneyland. I think the mainlanders the Disneyland actually really heavily rely on those mainlanders. But on the other hand, looking for the local, that is us, I think we actually lose our passion and also our interest in the Disneyland because of its boredom of repeating the same themes. But what motivates us to go to, because it's just we like to hang and we like to share the moments with our friends, so we would like to seek a place for entertainment. So to motivate us to visit more frequently, I think a frequent renewal of the theme is essential. Yes.
I think the renewal of the Disneyland is just about the commercials and the way to cater to the interests of the mainlanders, which I think as a local will not be interested of, because for me, I'm attracted to Disneyland just because of the maybe classical characters, and which could turns me back to my memories when I'm children. So I think the most important thing for a local to visit to Disneyland is the how they present the classical characters, but not just Iron Man or Frozen, something like the characters when we grow up. And I think that kind of expel our childhood somehow.
Yes, and aside from the festive themes that he has mentioned, to attract more local tourists, we can incorporate the themes of the animation that Disney produced a long time ago to attract those adults that are nostalgic, so that they can pay more visits to Disney.
I think Disneyland should not and always renew and expanding the part. And obviously, I think their target customer is the mainland. So if we see this thing from their view, it will not be very boring, because they just come to Hong Kong and the Disneyland for example 1 year's time. So it will not cause any problems.
Okay, Disneyland is planning to renew their landmarks, Sleeping Beauty Center, and open new theme parks, Frozen, ever after in 2020. Will these two new proposals be the reason you visit Disneyland?
Yes, because the Sleeping Beauty Castle is one of the main signature of Disney. So if it is renewed to another appearance, so I would definitely go and take some photograph.
I don't think so. If you go West Disneyland, you will know that it's impossible to take a beautiful photo. There are many people. So although they have built a new theme, but it can't to take a photo.
But I think this situation applies to other theme parks as well. So my main concern is the castles.
I do see your guys' point, and I think every day since they have a new promotion, every of us actually would a bit interested in visiting the the theme park for having a look on the new promotion. I think this is just everyone's curiosity. So maybe attracting the tourists for the first time visit is successful for this new promotion and new, the new launching for this theme. But I think for how to motivate us to the visit for the next time or the next few times is that they have to change our mind, and also our perception is that the Disneyland is too overcrowded and also crowded with those mainlanders that we actually hate. So, but this perception is deeply attached into the majority of our mind. So the root is to solve the problem, and as long as there are really that much mainlanders, they actually fail every promotion, I think.
Yes, maybe the uniqueness of the theme, because as I know, Frozen may be the only one theme to establish in Hong Kong Disneyland local, and I think the uniqueness of the theme may attract me to take a visit in, but I think it would be a long time between the time of the building finish with the movie release time, because it should be last year, because it takes a few years to build a new theme park, and personally I would prefer the Sleeping Beauty Castle more. Yeah.
I think it is quite unacceptable to demolish the Sleeping Beauty Castle, because I think Disney should focus on their selling point is that they have been building their brand, or they have been developing their characters for quite a long time, for over 50 years, and those characters are I mean, everyone would know that, for example, Mickey Mouse and they are kind of the representative icons of Disneyland, and so that I think you can try to expand your theme park or try to develop some new themes, but you cannot cut down the original ones, such as the Sleeping Beauty. Yes, it is one of the representative princess for Disney as well.
I think Disneyland should not just renew one landmark, because in the Disneyland they are separate in different area, and the rides in one area should have a theme. If it just renew the Sleeping Beauty Castle. Yeah, I think the new theme will not match with the original rides. For example, I don't think that will match with Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Frozen Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Maybe winter season.
Winter.
Yeah, I understand you guys concerned about the long-lasting effects of changing theme, and also the originality of the characters in the theme parks. And I'm going to ask some question about the price. And Hong Kong Disneyland over 3 types of Magic Asset membership, which are Platinum, Gold, and Silver Magic Asset membership. Do you know about these kinds of membership, and would you be attracted by this membership program? And do you have any improvement suggestion on this kind of program? Yeah.
How much is that?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm the silver membership holder. I can show you the member card later. And I think it is one of the attractiveness for me to visit the theme park, because it's over me discounts with a certain price, and I can visit the park freely through the years. And I think yeah, and I think for the improvement, I think for the system of silver card, I think it allowed us to visit Disney on weekdays, for us, we are university students, so we can do that. But for just like the teens, such like the secondary school students, they need to go to school on weekdays. So I think that the Silver's membership system could extend to original one, maybe having several weekend allotted for the visitors. And I think there is too many diversities of the membership. Maybe the how to say platinum. Yeah, that one maybe could be cancelled. I think this is just enough to have one to entrance through the years and weekdays and several weekends. I think that's enough for local people because this is not too large for or for the Disneyland in Hong Kong. So I think if in the existing silver membership, it may lower the willingness to appoint one for local Hong Kong peoples.